Hi, I'm Greg from Minds Hypnotherapy, and I'm going to show you how you can utilize EFT tapping to help clear intrusive or obsessive thoughts. Now, the first thing that I would like you to do is realize that with intrusive thoughts, the more you try and push them away, the bigger they grow. I will often use the concept of the law of reverse effect. I will say to people, if I was to ask you to not think about a green cat, what do you think about? And the answer is almost always a green cat. In order to not think about something, you need to think about it. And so how does this work in regards to intrusive thoughts? So, there's that thought that pops into your head. It's probably a repetitive thought or visualization or something. And it may create fear or anger or even just a frustration of wanting to push away that thought. And the thing is when you do that, when you try and push away or suppress that thought, it tends to get bigger. It actually gives it more energy, not less. So this little technique actually gives you the ability to move through that and release it rather than suppress it. So the first thing that I would like you to do is I would like you to become familiar with the thought. Play it in your head, or the image, the visual, the words. I know it doesn't feel pleasant. Maybe it creates a sense of fear or dread inside of you. Maybe it makes you hot or just feel hopeless. I want you to connect with that. Notice where you're at. Put it on a scale with 10 being the worst of the worst and 1 being okay with it. Notice what that feels like in your mind, but also in your emotions, just to, get a gauge of where you're at right now in regards to that. And let's begin. Even though I'm having these intrusive thoughts, I'm choosing to love and accept myself. Even though I'm having these thoughts and I keep thinking about it, I'm choosing to love and accept myself anyway. Even though that's hard, especially when I keep thinking about this. It's hard to express this, but I acknowledge it anyway. Maybe in the past I've tried to ignore it, or bury it, or hide it. Now I acknowledge it. I keep having these thoughts. Maybe I think the world's against me, or people are judging me, or that things are my fault, and it makes me feel fearful or angry. I'm choosing to love and accept myself anyway. These intrusive thoughts, I can't stop thinking about it. It makes me fearful or anxious. It feels terrible. I feel it inside of me. I don't know how it will get better. But I do want to feel better. I want to have a clear mind and I want to feel calm. I know what it's like to feel happy and calm. Deep breath. And out. But I keep thinking about this. I've tried to suppress it and bury it and push it away. But it just gets worse. I just feel worse. I'm not trying to push it away anymore. It's time to listen and address this. I'm open to letting these thoughts go and the feelings. But it feels like I have no control over it. I'll never get better. But I have the right to be happy, relaxed, and have a clear mind. Deep breath. And out. what if I give myself permission to let it go? It couldn't be that easy. Maybe it is. I'm willing to try. Maybe I can start to let it go. I'm open to feeling better and having a clear mind, taking my power back as I release and let go. Deep breath. And out. Good. Tune back into the thought. Notice the difference now. Perhaps it feels different in your body. Maybe the thought doesn't feel as intense. Maybe you can't even think about it now. Maybe you know that it's delusional, it's not real. Notice whatever you notice and compare that to how you were a moment ago. Do this technique as many times as you want. Sometimes with intrusive thoughts, you need to do it regularly whenever the thought pops into your mind. Even if it's just a small fear or a small anxiety, do it then, before it gets to a big fear. So that way you'll reprogram your brain, your mind, to not care about that thing. So even if it was true, it's like you don't care. But it's likely that because it's not true, then the thought will just become less and less, and that intrusive thought will become less intrusive, and you'll have thoughts around everything that thought isn't, which is freeing.